Right, welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be listening to Kid A by Radiohead. We've listened to OK Computer before, and this is the album after that. It's a bit of a stylistic change from them, a bit more electronic this one, so I'm interested to see how you'll react to this.
Sounds interesting when you say electronic.
Yeah.
Because that's quite definitely a big shift. Wouldn't call the last one electronic, although the title definitely was, which is a bit interesting.
Yeah.
You'd think the computer one would sound more electronic. Alright, let's hear what it sounded like. Against track number 1, Everything in Its Right Place.
So, thoughts on that first track?
That was pretty damn cool. No, I thought it was very electronic for sure. I thought the warm fuzzy keyboard was pretty beautiful actually.
Yeah.
And all the sort of robotic sound effects / reversing vocals shit going on in the background. Yeah, it makes me think it's sort of like a robot.
Yeah, it's on like a bit
trying to put everything in its right place as it's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah. It's a bit of a dark and mysterious type vibe I always got from this.
Yeah, definitely. I think at the beginning it sort of feels actually quite warm and like welcoming, but then it sort of takes you on a journey that sort of just gets deeper and deeper. And like it gets more and more electronic and robotic as it goes on as well, so it's almost like a dark path. Maybe signifying, I don't know.
Yeah.
Technology, us thinking it was going to be great, and then it actually being dark in many ways. I don't know. That's just a little interpretation, but that's what it's all for.
Yeah. What did you think
nice
about?
Intro for sure.
What did you think about the lyrics? Anything from that, or?
I mean, it was quite repetitive. Obviously, I didn't really get what the sucking a lemon necessarily resembles.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the just like everything in its right place, which is the title of the song.
Yeah.
2 colours in my head. Tried to say. I don't know. It's just playing into what I said.
I think it's kind of similar, almost in a way, to Nirvana, where it's sort of prioritising the sound of the music over lyrical content.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I kind of think that works for me more often than not, to be honest. I definitely draw to the music more so. That's it. That was good. Very good. Let's get on to the second one, the title track, Kid A. are those like children's machine toy things called again? You know when you spin it?
Oh yeah.
It sort of sounds like that.
That does.
The bongo drums.
Does sound actually a bit like Minecraft, yeah. So thoughts on Kid A?
Well, it was very interesting. Sort of like took us on a journey for sure. Painted a big picture as well. But what Kid A is or is representing is still not definitely clear to me. But I mean, it's still robotic, very even more so in terms of the singing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of making me think that Kid A is almost like is sort of like this robot or robot type character, and it's called just Kid A. You know, it could be Kid B, Kid C, D, etc. Like it's just got a little label.
Yeah.
Just another sort of blip of technology. I don't know.
Hmm.
Don't know how else to think of it, but depressing lyrics as well, matched with it.
Yeah, definitely. It's very abstract and mysterious again. I think that is a big theme of this album, was that the lead singer kind of wanted to really change things up, like what the emphasis of the music was on, rather than like lyrics and melody. He wanted to go for more like rhythm.
No, definitely, yeah. And like the things with like the drums not really being, at least for most part of the song until the end, sort of just being more of like a heartbeat sound, not really like an actual drum kit. It's almost just like a little pulse sound. It was the same in the first one as well. I just forgot to mention. Pretty electronic, to be fair, but yeah, that's interesting to me as well. It's more of a pulse than like a drum. Yeah. There's just a lot to unpack, I think. Like standing in shadows at the end of my bed. You know, what are the shadows at the end of his bed, and how is he standing in them?
Yeah.
Obviously a big metaphor. I'm just trying to think what it
Maybe
means, but
he is the monster at the end of his bed, you know?
yeah, maybe he's the reason he can't sleep at night.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be it.
Battling them inner demons.
Well, let's find out. Track number 3, the national anthem. That's probably going to answer that
God
question.
save the Queen. King now, but obviously when this came out.
Yeah.
Right, so thoughts on the national anthem?
It was very experimental, for sure. And lots of like dissonance throughout. Like, you know how you said there wasn't much melody in the other one, it focused on rhythm. In this song, it was almost like the case of there's so much melody blended together to the point where there is no melody because there's too much.
Yeah.
That's what the dissonance sort of did. And then, yeah, the only like 2 overriding aspects of the song that sort of actually kept going and were cohesive was just the bass guitar, or bass electric synth it might be, and drums.
Yeah.
So yeah, sort of just took you on a chaotic sort of climax on this.
Yeah, I've always loved the bass and the drums on this one. I feel like it really holds the whole thing together.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing that you can rely on to glue the track together. Otherwise, it is literally just a bunch of malarkey, basically.
Yeah.
Good malarkey, but yeah.
Yeah, to me, I don't know why, it's always like reminded me of like London or like any other big city. It's sort of like that constant like marching of the dun dun dun.
Yeah,
dun.
and especially at the end, obviously, they literally sort of had like a military marching sort of soundtrack for like a good 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then
definitely felt like London at the end.
They're like constant marching, but then like the sort of chaos on top of it as well. It's kind of how it can feel when you're in a very busy city where it's like everything's constantly going on around you and it's chaos and order at the same time.
Yeah. But you still got to get to where you're going, and that's sort of the bass guitar and the drums.
Yeah.
You're just going.
You've got to keep going
through all this chaos.
The city keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Obviously, lyrically, there isn't much to sort of pick at, but I mean, it's quite a sort of a wide lens that he's sort of focusing on. I mean, he's literally saying the word everyone around it, everyone is saying it. So yeah. It could be sort of, just simply what we're saying, just chaos. Lots of people all trying to do the same sort of thing at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's going for sort of like an overwhelming feel.
Definitely. And like by going what we're going off of, I guess it's holding on could just mean everything is still carrying on. The city's still going. Even though it's so chaotic, We probably interpret it in a lot of ways, but
yeah,
it all works to sort of fit lots of different things.
I think this one is definitely deliberately more left up to interpretation.
Yeah, definitely.
It will have his own meaning to him, but also we aren't wrong either.
No, nothing's wrong in art. Yeah, let's get on to the next one. Track number 4. Oh. Yeah. Track number 4, How to Disappear Completely. This would be ideal if we went on a mass murdering run to find out. So
that would be the first thing.
This is a trick up my sleeve I need to keep.
Listen to this track and then just implement the steps.
Best vacuum Hoover.
Yeah.
Hoover Max.
That's not me. I go where I please in a little world. I'll be gone. The moment's already passed. Yeah, it's gone. And I'm not here. This isn't happening. I'm not here. I'm not
Right, so did you get any solid advice from How to Disappear?
Well, it seems like he's talking more about not how to literally disappear, which isn't quite a surprise.
Yeah.
But more just how to disappear from the situation, like mentally, like within his own mind. Just sort of sounds like he's sort of telling himself, literally, I'm not here, this isn't happening. Like he's just in denial of a situation he's in. Pretty
Struggling to come to terms with things, yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, maybe he's more seeking the tutorial on YouTube for how to disappear completely. He's not really providing it himself. That's more what the title's suggesting. But yeah, it kind of went from a lot of dissonance at the beginning, and then gradually towards actually just quite a nice, pleasant, beautiful ending.
Yeah. The vocals are like very sort of untouched in this one as well. I feel it's just kind of letting him sing, and he does a very nice voice.
Yeah. And yeah, just the same thing as the last song with the drums and the bass being the sort of riding, driving forces, which stay the same throughout that song as well. Just like doom, 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 just throughout the whole song. It's pretty effective when you got a song 6 minutes long to actually glue it all together. Literally to just simply have two elements that are just going that way. Then it means, like, apart from that, aside from that, you can go wherever you want with everything else pretty much, and it sort of still feels like the same song. So
Yeah.
Defo a theme that they're gonna maybe continue because they've done it for like almost all the songs so far. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. In terms of lyrics, again, pretty much all was what I said in terms of really just being in denial. I don't think I've found anything more specific or any clue as to what sort of thing it would be.
There's not too much to go on. I was just curious about the Liffey. Is that a river? Where is that? Is that...
Definitely could be. But you guys tell us if you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fireworks, hurricanes. Blokes going through all sorts. Yeah, let's get on to the next one. Track number 5. Treefingers. Just an instrumental.
Thoughts on the old instrumental then?
Yeah, it was sort of just very sparse, Minecraft-esque.
Yeah, it was kind of...
It was almost like search on YouTube song for thinking or something, because I went down a rabbit hole of just random thoughts throughout that whole song. Found myself just lost, and then I came back to it and I was like, oh, there's only 20 seconds left. So
I feel like
kind of let you just,
this would be the music
free.
that you'd hear if you were in purgatory.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I went down a massive rabbit hole of just random thoughts, all in only 3 minutes. Pretty crazy. Probably didn't look very entertaining, unfortunately.
Yeah, might have to cut a lot of that, to be fair.
But, that's what the honest reaction was at the time. So that's
Botting out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's not anything lyrical to say, because there is nothing lyrical. But, yeah, I mean, that's about it. What else can I interpret?
It's really what they didn't say.
Exactly.
Pretentious.
But yeah, obviously, one thing I can say is that the fact an interlude is the fact an interlude is a whole almost 4 minutes long is just not a common thing.
Yeah, the track lengths on this album.
Yeah, they're all about 6 minutes on average. So
Yeah.
This was a short one for this song, but a pretty hefty, solid song for any other album, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's pretty much industry standard, if not more.
Yeah,
industry
nowadays-
standard's like 2.5 nowadays, but
Yeah.
when we were growing up, it was industry standard. So for an actual proper single.
Back in our day.
Yeah. It's just so old. Alright, let's go on to track number 6. Optimistic. Right, I know this. Does that surprise you? I said I know this song.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think it's used in some like adverts or something like that.
Yeah, but I also recognise it from somewhere else. But I feel like it's been used in another song. I'm trying to think.
The first it was very familiar.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's from the French versions. I've got a version.
Flies a buzz around my head, vultures circling the dead, picking up
thoughts on Optimistic?
Alright, yeah. I say I know the song, I don't know the song. I just knew that part so specifically to the point where I thought there's no way it's not from the actual song. So I'm guessing I've heard that little part right at the
I
beginning.
can't want to Google it now.
From something. I feel like it's a Frank Ocean song.
I'm really Google it.
I'm going to try and find it before you Google it, if that's right. Yeah, I found it.
Talking Bitches.
From Nostalgia Ultra, which is obviously sort of a cover album anyway. But it's only a small bit he took from it, but it's exactly the same.
Mm.
If you put your headphones on, you can probably hear it.
Stop. Let me do it. Let me do it. You don't got no Jodeci or something.
Bitches want us Jodeci. The fuck?
What is a Radiohead?
That for Frank Ocean song.
Oh, the person even says Radiohead as well.
Yeah, I didn't even realise that. Was there you go. Anyway, the song. That's what we were to talk about. Honestly, it was very grand, I think. The instruments sort of, it was a lot wider. I don't know how else to say it. A lot more reverb. The singing was a lot more natural. It wasn't robust. Yeah, it just felt like a bit of a opening, just like Optimistic would suggest as a word.
Bit more of a songy song, really.
Yeah, felt like an opportunity.
Yeah.
But lyrically, I was too caught up thinking where I'd heard it from, to be totally honest with you. So that's why I didn't know the lyrics. But hey ho, that's the natural reaction I had. So
yeah.
There you go.
Open and honest. Respect.
But I mean, I've read a couple of the bits. Obviously, the best you can do, isn't it? The best you can is good enough.
Yeah. Do you think he's being sincere when he says that? Because it's sort of.
It's interesting because if he's talking to himself, then I doubt it.
Yeah.
And he probably is talking to himself, so it's a small if.
Because it's not really in line with too many of the messages that Radiohead really preach. Not that they are mean, it's just.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Lots of their music is quite pessimistic.
Yeah, it's just the way that the title is literally optimistic, unless that is playing into the fact that he's being sarcastic, so he's literally straight up being sarcastic with the title too, who knows. But yeah. No, it could definitely be exactly that. I mean, at the beginning of the song, like the music really did sound optimistic.
Yeah.
That's the only part that makes it difficult to see, how it'd be.
Yeah, the instrumental
sort of
kind of backs up what he says. It's kind of a bit more of a
positive thing.
Positive vibe to the track. Yeah,
but then some negative lyrics for sure, like floating around on a prison ship, nervous, messed up, marionette, like. So it's very contrasting if he does actually mean optimistic for his meaning. Otherwise, he's just fooling all of us. So I don't know.
Yes. Next song.
Yeah, track number 7, In Limbo.
So, thoughts on In Limbo?
I thought In Limbo was probably actually one of the best balanced songs in terms of being really experimental, but also having, that bit of melody that makes you feel warm. I feel like it was more similar to like the first track in that sense. And I feel like now looking back at the interlude as well, it definitely feels like the album's going in a slightly different direction musically because he is singing a lot more.
Yeah.
There's a lot more melody that is coming in.
Bit of a switch up occurring.
Definitely. And I'd probably say that on the whole I do obviously prefer that element of music. So, but still experimental, still robotic stuff going on. So they haven't lost the theme, that's for sure. And also there's a lot of references to being at sea now. They're building up because he was talking about the prison ship last song. I mean, there's also if that thing was a river earlier on in the album as well that he was floating down. So there's a lot of water references. And then the album cover as well looks like sort of a boat on water heading towards some mountains.
Cool spot.
Yeah. Maybe it's almost like his mental state is sort of being mirrored by like the journey of a boat.
Yeah, maybe
lost at sea, and that's kind of how he's thought about the concept of the album and how it's helped him sort of build like a picture, which is interesting.
Yeah,
because I think that is definitely like if you were gonna pin a journey, like a mental journey of feeling lost, to sort of a journey in real life, like a physical journey, it definitely would be sort of like a ship lost at sea, or because like there is no destination where you can. Yeah, there's no way to find your way basically. Like,
when you're
lost,
there is no direction. You don't even really know which direction to go in. Yeah.
And there's not many other things really like that you compare that to. Like everywhere else on land, there's normally somewhere to sort of look.
Fuck it, I'll head that way. Like I'll head toward that river. I'll head.
There might be a road sign somewhere.
Yeah, I'll head north. I'll head south.
So that's sort of what I'm getting from it now.
Yeah,
it's sort of all building a nice. Yeah. Image physically, but also representing the mental aspect as well. Alright, let's get on to track number 8 then. Idioteque. It's like idiotic in like a different accent almost.
In Scottish.
Yeah. Idioteque.
Expecting to hear some bagpipes in this song. So, bit of a change in direction from where you thought it was heading.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, still singing, but yeah, no, very like rhythmically focused for sure.
Yeah.
But what I find really interesting, obviously, sort of playing off of the same sort of stuck at sea theme or lost at sea theme, sort of like Titanic references. You know, who's in the bunker of the ship, and women and children have got to be saved first, sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of
apocalyptic. I feel like that's defo. I feel like that's got to be to do with the Titanic, especially because the album cover pretty much almost looks like it's in the Arctic itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Something bad's happening, but then it's kind of played with like electric dance music. I think that Idioteque is kind of like a play on words, obviously, of like the discotheque and idiots.
Yeah.
So it's just like everyone's like something bad's happening, but everyone's just hitting a boogie on the floor.
Yeah. Not Idioteque.
It's
that sort of vibe.
Everyone is, you know, popping a little skank on the dance floor, and then Tom York's like, "Can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now, guys?"
No, that's pretty fucking cool way of being experimental. Obviously, there's just being experimental, but it's actually paying off, and like both are impressive. Obviously, when you can actually have it sound pretty fucking cool, like that, then you're doing a fucking good job. Let's get on to track number 9, Morning Bell.
So thoughts on Morning Bell?
That was pretty bloody cool. I think the instrumental was definitely one of my favourites so far.
Yeah, very like sort of relaxed.
Yeah, but it also sort of went a bit chaotic, but only like a tweak, you know. Just, like, it didn't go all the way or all the other way. It was sort of just teasing a thing.
Just letting you know that it could if it wanted
exactly.
to, but it's kind of chilling right now.
Yeah, but yeah, that keyboard, especially at the start, pretty fucking beautiful sounding, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty delicate keys. Very like muffled sound. It's really nice. And the singing as well to match it at the beginning, especially, really, delicate, melodic. And it sort of obviously went a bit more dissonant throughout, introducing like the guitars and stuff and like little incoming sound effects. But it still sort of kept that undertone of like, I don't know, pleasant sound. pleasant sound, sort of just calming you down throughout all the storms. But I mean, when he says "release me," could be from his mind, could be from the ship at sea, which is probably his mind, but just I say that. And they cut the kids in half bit. Not sure exactly what that means. So that's not that obvious.
Could mean exactly what it says.
Yeah,
he's
true.
got a sword.
I guess I just sort of thought better of him.
Yeah.
I assumed better behaviour.
He's in his samurai era.
But yeah, no, overall I was just really focused on the instrumental. And the drums as well were really good.
Yeah.
Just for it's sort of just, yeah. It felt like you were walking, just like
yeah. Keep on walking.
And that was, yeah, because of those drums sort of keeping it strolling along.
They were keeping it real.
For real. Yeah, it's tough on this album to sort of think of things to say lyrics wise, but it's painting like a million pictures at once, which is a good thing. That's why it's so difficult. That's why I'm not going to waste all my energy trying to find the best interpretation, because there really probably isn't of the best one. So, but that's quite powerful, to be fair. That it's able to sort of make it that wide, you know what I mean? Because normally you can sort of think, oh, it might be this, this, or this, and sort of like a couple of things you could pinpoint it to. But this is like, it literally could be pretty much anything in your wildest dreams. Yeah,
well, there's that thing, it's like a picture's worth 1,000 words or something like that. It's kind of like that, definitely. Where these tunes are worth a lot of words, but they're kind of hard to find at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. But they're sort of building that picture exactly. Like you can sort of like insert yourself into your own imagination, going on like a little journey. Yeah, you just can sort of picture like the aesthetic and like the background, the environment around you. At least for me, just by listening to the music. So
yeah, it's good thinking music.
Yeah, for sure. It is creative music. But the music itself is creative to make it creative.
Bam.
Alright, let's get on to track number 10. The Pen Ultimate track. Motion picture soundtrack. So they're doing another film style song, just like last time.
I don't know if this one's actually been used in the film or not. I don't have that trivia.
Sounds more like this one should have been based on the title because it's so specific, whereas the other one's just music for like exit music for a film. This one, she says motion picture soundtrack. I swear, motion picture is like an actual company. Isn't it?
It's just like it's a name for a film.
For a film. Oh yeah, it's just motion. Yeah,
like motion pictures are just like
that is a film.
Because obviously, like back in the day when they first came out, everyone's like moving pictures.
Yeah.
Goodness, what kind of sorcery is this?
So basically, it could be something that is used or not used. It's just another song they felt like making for a film, if anyone wanted to use it. So, I mean, if no one's used it so far, I'm happy to take it for free if they're offering.
So, thoughts on the motion picture soundtrack?
Well, he says in the chorus, I think you're crazy, maybe I think you're crazy. I think that if no one used this for a film, they're crazy. Maybe that's who he was talking to. I'm joking. Anyway, no, it was actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
Is my point. And the fact that all he needed was his voice and an organ and I think a harp.
Yeah, it sounded like a harp.
Then that's pretty fucking
Kind of
phenomenal.
Yeah, a bit like orchestral sounds.
Yeah, no, definitely. But you only needed a couple elements. It's just he built it up from very thin at the beginning of the song and sort of just build that crescendo constantly, which is what soundtracks do. So that's probably why the title is what the title is.
Yeah.
Definitely felt like it could be sort of not necessarily at the end of the movie, almost maybe even at the beginning. I don't know. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
Probably at the end. Probably with the credits as per, but yeah. Very emotive music.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's got such like a distinct and nice sounding voice.
Yeah, it's not even like industry sort of sounding. It's just just raw, but very
So like
real.
Ghostly and like soft.
Yeah, no,
Like yeah.
no, very effective. There's not. You couldn't just like pop a good singer on this song. It doesn't like work. Like
Nah,
that.
there's
It's
not
that element of singing. It's more just. It's more just the artistic skill of actually sort of converting your emotions into sounds, which isn't really singing. Singing is just sort of the ability to sing a melody well and mechanically structured well.
He's got what you can't learn from the textbook.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, well let's get on to the ultimate track. Not the pen ultimate, but the ultimate. Track 11.
What's it called?
I don't know, Jeff. Let's get it. Another instrumental. Well, that was short and abrupt. I feel like it was one of those where playing it straight through from the other song would have made it feel a lot more, just as a
Impactful.
part of the other song. Just carried on. Because it was a similar sort of aesthetic. For sure.
Yeah.
Just like a little sparkle and twinkle
Mm.
and a little tone.
It had another sort of like a couple of the songs have had it now, sort of like after death type feel.
Yeah, that definitely did, for sure. Or it could be even just progressing into a new stage of life. It doesn't have to be necessary after death, but death of his old self, maybe,
Yeah. Some kind of rebirth.
Yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously no lyrics to talk about. We talked about the song that did have lyrics, so I think we should talk about the album.
Talk
I
about
think it's
the album.
already that time.
It's that time already.
So, I think one thing I've picked up on just in my head, not picked up on from what you said, but just it's very similar. Obviously, earlier it was made 16 years earlier, I think, to like Virtue, which we listened to by the Voids, in terms of like the experimentation and the robotic vocals. So I wouldn't be surprised if Virtue actually took inspiration from this. Is what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
Just had to put that out there because it was bugging it.
Mm. Well, the thing is like what I've seen about this album is they were quite like keen to get away from rock because of the success of OK Computer, because it felt like a lot of people were trying to imitate them and they didn't really like that. So the next album they felt like they really had to try something different. So again, it wouldn't surprise if there was like a lot of inspiration taken.
Yeah, no, not at all.
From this as well.
And I mean, they don't like it, but they should take it as a compliment, because at the end of the day, that definitely is what it is.
I think they were kind of like the cool kids of rock, where it's like they started wearing certain shoes, everyone started wearing them, and like, gotta start wearing different shoes again.
Yeah.
It's like
they
that
always
type
have the idea to put out their head. That's the impressive part. It's not like they have to think, oh shit, what different shoe could I wear? It's like, oh, I've got these, they've never seen these, it's fine, I should wear these on.
Put out the Doc Martens.
Yeah, they got something ready to go. Obviously, I'm not being serious, it still takes months for you to make an album like this, but the fact they've even got it in them to sort of go to from this corner of a sound to this corner of a sound, that's still always going to be impressive, no matter how long it takes. And to be honest, I'd argue the longer you spend, the better it's going to be most times. So. Yeah, what would you say in terms of, I don't know, what part do you prefer? Sort of, segment do you prefer?
I quite like the sort of, the more sort of edgier, darker tracks in this. I've always liked the national anthem quite a lot. That's always been a favourite of mine. And then Idioteque is another one where I really like it. But then on the flip, I also enjoy Optimistic a lot. So those are probably, if I had to pick 3 of my favourites, it'd be those. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's obviously, I don't really have specific favourites yet. It's only my first listen, but I think there's definitely like a clear sort of separation in like the sound from like the interlude and before and after it. And like when I first heard the first 20 seconds of the album, like the first song, I was thinking, this is like a warm, fuzzy feeling. If the album continues like this, it's going to be an incredibly pleasant listen, you know, a lovely little peaceful journey. And as much as that would have been really great to listen to, and I definitely would have been satisfied, and I still am satisfied, by the way, but it didn't go that way necessarily. It went completely sort of uncomfortable, at least for the second, third and fourth songs, for sure. And there's still blips of, or hints of uncomfort as well, or discomfort musically throughout the others as well. Yeah. But like that makes it pretty special, because they've sort of blended the two. It's sort of like having the discomfort in the songs while there's like the beauty underlying them. For example, in which one is it with the keyboard though? Like, I think that's Morning Bell, right? Yeah. Yeah, like for example in that song, it almost makes you appreciate that underlying beautiful instrument or aspect way more when there is that incoming kind of discomfort. And I think in, I don't know which song it is, maybe in Limbo, in a lot of them there's sort of just a tone that was just constantly going while the instruments were playing. Like, I think there's guitars in the background, and it just meant that it's constantly like dissonant with the other instruments, because it's just there constantly. There's just tone, just this, and like obviously that's unpleasant off of, you know, off of the bat. It's not a nice sound, but then when you finally take that sound out, even for 2 or 3 seconds, it's like, Jesus, this is bloody incredible. It's all about like the relatives. I think this album kind of like created those relatives like very well. It was like engineered the sort of value of every aspect by sort of comparing it to other aspects. If you know what I mean. Yeah. And that's kind of what I noticed. The similarities in this and Virtue was sort of that discomfort and the really pleasant sounds, and combining those, and it makes them even more extreme by comparing them to each other. So.
Yeah, the contrast.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think we should start thinking about the rating.
Yeah, I'm going to let you do the number this time, because I feel like I normally do the number first.
Yeah, so I'm going to start by thinking about, obviously, OK Computer, I gave that a 9, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And it's a very different album, for sure. I feel like that one was more of an album I could get behind straight away, in terms of like really feeling the meaning of it. Yeah. And sort of, you know, catchy songs in my head as well. But equally, just because it's different and it sort of hasn't done that, I can sort of already tell that there's a lot of growth in terms of like my listening to it, to be made, in terms of understanding it and appreciating it. So it's not going to be the same sort of, oh, this is a really catchy song. Yeah. And this one's stuck in my head. But it took us on a journey that I think sort of went deeper and, yeah, was more abstract. So for that reason, because it's even more unique, even though OK Computer was already so unique, I'm going to give it a 9 as well.
Give it a 9 as well. Fair play. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think for me, OK Computer is just more my type of music than this.
Yeah, no, I do agree as well.
So,
but I feel like I have to appreciate what's happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was tough. I was sort of battling in my head throughout, thinking, oof, is it an 8 instead of a 9? But then every time I sort of said to myself, is it an 8? It just sounded wrong. It's like, nah, that's illegal. I can't call it an 8. Like, look what's happening. Like, look what they're doing. Or listen to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of just have to appreciate it.
Yeah, I just think, again for me, it's just like a taste thing. Like the pacing is just a bit slow for me. I prefer just a little bit more, and like lyrically as well, I do enjoy a bit more meat on the bones.
Yeah, for me, I sort of say for me, I kind of appreciate the slow tempo in a lot of music. That's probably why I love Pink Floyd, like a lot, even though the songs are so long.
Yeah,
there's just a time for the journey to sort of build an emphasis for each, part or each segment, each instrument, each element to sort of create its own value. There's time for it to sort of do that, and like you can let it breathe for a bit. I kind of appreciate that.
Yeah.
But equally, I'm not gonna like go to the gym, for example, listen to this. I'm not gonna really be playing it around the house. But I don't feel like that has to be the case either, do you know what I mean? So
it definitely doesn't. But yeah, I just think
if we were doing, let's put it this way, if we were doing decimals, which are illegal on this channel, I might have put it 0.5 below the other one. But since we're not, I've got to give it the rounded up value. I'm not going to round it down. I feel like that just feels wrong. So giving it a 9.
Fair. No, it gets sort of like this gets like, I feel like OK Computer for me is like a high 9, and this is like a mid 8 for me.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, and I can't lie, I'm probably not going to give anything a 10. So on this channel, so OK Computer is probably also quite a high 9 for me. I'm not going to be like 9.5 because it's illegal, and I'm also not going to be 10 because perfect doesn't exist. So whenever basically I give something a 9, guys, it's pretty fucking cool.
That's serious business.
Yeah,
That's
serious stuff.
Calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts, where you'd maybe compare it to OK Computer, just so that we can see what you guys prioritise and what sort of listeners you are. And do all the good stuff, like button, subscribe, and I think hopefully by the time this video comes out we're on 500 subscribers, because as of now when we're recording we're on 499.
Jeez.
So if someone in a whole week could just get that last digit up, that would be lovely. But I guess we'll find out if we're not on 500 when you watch this.
Yeah.
But thank you is the point. And we'll be back. Peace.